brought Ripburger a big box of candy and stationery. She was a very pretty woman, standing about 5 feet 6 inches and weighing about 135 pounds. She was extremely pretty, with dark complexion and black hair. Officials at a Geneva hotel denied that the so-called mystery woman had been staying there. The proprietor said that a young woman answering her description stopped there one night about 2 weeks ago.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.com.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast.
Brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
This afternoon, mostly sunny with patchy blowing snow and a high near 4. Gusty winds up to 35 miles per hour. Tonight, isolated snow showers before 2 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 1. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 20. Currently, it is 4 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome into another edition of Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410 AM with your, well, I already did the whole Derrick Geyer thing, yours truly. And joining me in studio today, it is none other than Andrew Scheid. How the hell are you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing okay, Derrick. How are you doing today?
I am freezing my arse off.
Oh, I'm right there with you. And I think all Chicagoland is right there with you.
Yeah, and especially if you were out there at yesterday's Bears game, my goodness. Well, that was a game.
Yeah. I was not and this is what I'm going to say. The Bears fans out there that were expecting a Super Bowl this year, I don't know where your minds were on draft night. I don't know. But
draft night and the season's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because, hey, why not? It was a football year that saw, let's see, the Detroit Lions, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm sure that there's like a few other franchises and football teams that I'm missing out here that you would never have expected to miss the playoffs.
Right.
Haha, Packers. We still hold that over you guys. It still feels good with that.
I still hold the fact over that if the NFL had not lengthened the playoffs to include a 7th seed, they wouldn't have made the playoffs at all the last 5 years. That's what I always. They're like merchants of the 7th seed. Yeah. Every year.
Well, you do bring up a good point. And if you want to get in on the Bears conversation, we're going to definitely be Bears heavy today. Feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. You could also see our lovely faces on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. That is youtube.com at WRMN Radio. Hop in there, say hi. Hello, Brendan. Welcome back from San Diego. Shouting out to the YouTube feed there. And give us a like, please. Would appreciate it. And as always, do not forget it with the WRMN morning show with Susie C. and Elliot the L Train Serrano. You could go to the WRMN Facebook page and check out what Susie C's question or Susie Q's of the day for Tuesday 1/20. What's something younger you worried about, but as an adult realized it doesn't matter or it didn't matter? Go there, Facebook page, WRMN Facebook page. Get in early on that. Yeah. So if I'm going to be answering that question, it'd basically be, I don't know what it would basically be. I just looked at it now and I have absolutely no idea. But one of the things that kind of mattered, kind of doesn't matter now, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, excuse me, is the fact that I hate to be a broken record on this, Andrew,
right?
But take the damn points. Take the damn points. You're up against an offense that is the best offense in the NFL, and you are more or less expecting a shootout. Right. Not a shutout, but a shootout. And the 6 points that you don't put up on the board, or at least 3 of them, mattered at the very end of the game.
Right.
And I get it. Ben Johnson has adapted, Dan Campbell's, I think it's Dan Campbell, out there in Detroit, philosophy as far as go for it. We want to be aggressive. We want to score. We want 7 points. Obviously, 7 points is greater than 3. But at the same time, when you have absolutely no idea how your team is going to be reacting and you lost in the fashion that you lost yesterday, those 6 points, kind of huge.
Yeah, I mean, they are. And, we talked about it earlier weeks before the playoffs started, but playoffs is when kicking becomes more heightened in the playoffs. And we saw it yesterday that if you just had 1 or 2 kicks there that you decided to go for instead of just going for it on 4th, you would have had the game. But then people say we should have had the game if Williams didn't throw that interception late in overtime. But
see, I will get into that. We will get into that here on Big Top Sports in a little while. But I mean, the game should have been, for all intents and purposes, should have been over with in regulation.
Right.
But we don't know. I mean, because okay, you go ahead, you kick those you kick those 2 field goals, you get the score. You don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
It's
right.
You can't look into the crystal ball. You can't do the whole time stone thing with Doctor Strange and Scooby-Doo, that Smurf going back in time or like going forward in time. Like, well, how does this happen? What transpires in that? We don't know. But at the same time, you're going up against the number 1 offense. You need to put the points up on the board.
Right.
And I understand because this is, we have to accept this is who Ben Johnson is.
Right. You have to accept that this is going to be Chicago's coach.
Yeah. And he's not going anywhere. Caleb's not going anywhere. But, armchair quarterbacks like myself or armchair fan quarterback like myself is just like, oh, no, we're doing it again. We're going, oh, just kick. You're right there. Take the 3 points.
Right.
But also, it's the very beginning of the game. And I get wanting to be aggressive for the simple fact that over the course of the last, 3-4 games, maybe even going all the way back to the Browns game, where just score points in the very beginning of the game.
Right. And, but the one thing I did like about this game is it wasn't a blowout. You stayed right with this team till the very end. You didn't get the win, but I wasn't expecting Chicago to play as well as they did, considering the last few weeks.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't know what Dennis Allen did or what Dennis Allen saw, the defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. But, man, he came out with a spectacular game plan.
Right.
And there were any number of players that really stepped it up for the Chicago Bears. One big time, Jaquan Brisker.
Right. Oh,
he was a
freaking was everywhere.
Madman yesterday. And
CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah. Was he in the game yesterday?
Yep. He was. that secondary was just everywhere yesterday.
Jalen Johnson. Yeah. He was there. He was a big part of it yesterday. And even still, calling the corner blitzes, getting to Matt Stafford, where it's like, he usually does pretty good against that.
Right.
Well, it seemed like he was guessing throughout the entire game as well. And for the fact that the Bears were able to keep the numbers relatively low. Matt Stafford had 258 yards passing. He didn't have any touchdowns. He did not have any interceptions either. But they were able to sack him 4 times. Okay, I don't remember the last time that the Bears actually had more than 2 sacks in a game, except maybe, going back to that Green Bay game.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like the last game that they played, not the last game, not the playoff game.
Right. The last game of the season where it went into overtime.
Right. So, and then you're also talking about keeping their stud running back, Kyren Williams, to under 100 yards, 87 yards, although he did score 2 touchdowns. But, and then you're also talking about keeping the likes of, Puka Nacua to under 60 yards receiving yards. Devontae Adams under 25 receiving yards for yesterday's game. This is, if I told you that at the very beginning of yesterday's game, this is what's going to happen, I sure as hell would have thought that the Chicago Bears would have won.
Right.
What were some of your give me a surprise for you in yesterday's game, Andrew?
Just the fact of, like you just said, being able to stay with a team like that. I thought that it was going to be a lot harder of a game against Matthew Stafford because everyone's like, oh, this is LA. They're going to be playing in the cold. But people don't, they forget Matthew Stafford started his career. His first playoff appearance was in Detroit. So he's used to the cold. So I was really nervous going into this game. I thought it was going to be a lot farther apart than it was. So that was my big surprise, was being able to stay with the team like the Rams and the potential MVP in Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and by the way, if we would have told you that the score was 10-10 going into halftime, I know I was thrilled to death with that yesterday.
Yeah.
We're like, we've got a shot. We have a legitimate shot. And,
Right.
we did.
Yeah.
The Chicago Bears definitely had a legitimate shot with that. Alas.
And to me, they're just going to come in next year and want more. They got a good taste of it this year. They're going to want more next year. That's all it comes down to.
And one of and I'll send it to break after this, but the one thing that really resonated after yesterday's game, I think it was Cole Kmet that was talking to reporters. It was like, listen, this is the now. And I'm paraphrasing, of course. This is the now. We're in the now, because make no mistake about it, going into the offseason with the likes of Green Bay, with the likes of the Detroit Lions, and even the likes of the Minnesota Vikings, every team in the NFC North is going to get better in the offseason.
Right.
So right now, yes, as Bears fans, we could definitely bask in this, but great googly moogly, when next season rolls around, it's going to be more the same of biting the nails and hoping that the Chicago Bears can come out on top.
And for people that think, next season, that's so far away, it's really only 9-8 months away. So it's not like you're waiting over a year for next season to start.
This is true. I mean, and the juggernaut that is the NFL, I mean, even in baseball season, we'll be getting the drafts, the training camps, and, the likes of that. But, hey, if you want to be a part of this Chicago Bears conversation going forward, please call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Or check us out on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. We will continue the Bears talk on the other side of this break. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
When our nation calls, patriots answer. The U.S. Volunteers Joint Service Command stands ready, honoring our fallen heroes through military funeral honors and serving communities during natural disasters and emergencies. If you're 18 or older, you can serve close to home with free training and just one Saturday a month. Prior service with honorable discharges are welcome. View our website today at usvjsc.org. We are patriots. We are always ready. We are U.S. Volunteers, and we want you to join us.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low, and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Joining me in studio today, it is the one, the only Andrew Scheid.
Let's go now, Derrick. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm living the dream, buddy.
Aren't we all? No.
Anytime that I could be on the mic talking to the people out there about sports.
Right, this is what you and I live for, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I was hoping that it would continue a little bit further into the season because, I mean, right now, why not?
Right.
I kind of expected the Bears to have 11 victories in and during this season.
Right, I wasn't expecting that anywhere when the season started.
And yeah, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a fun season. We have a team, and
Right.
the we in there is the Chicago Bears fans. We have a coach in Ben Johnson. We have a decent coaching staff, if not elite, if you will. And we have a franchise quarterback in Caleb Williams. And I don't remember the last time that I would be able to actually say that. Because, I mean, okay, Mitch Trubisky,
Yeah.
or Trubisky, if you will, Fields. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I think that history has shown, or history will show, that, man, both with Mitch Trubisky and Justin Fields, that they were both done dirty.
Right.
As far as like coaching staffs and coaching regimes and all that.
They didn't have the right coaches behind them. And
Yeah. You know, I mean, with Matt Nagy, that just basically, jeez. I mean, where no, it's my system, and you're going to run it how I want you to run it, instead of taking into account what Justin Fields or Mitch Trubisky was, good at.
Right.
And I mean, you get the exact opposite with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. While Ben Johnson is going to make you get comfortable being uncomfortable, paraphrasing, but at the same time, yeah, he broke down Caleb Williams in the very beginning with training camp, built him back up, showed him what he needed to work on, the progressions, and it's almost like they're sharing a brain.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally what it is. It's like they're kind of becoming one person, working together. And frankly, I haven't seen that in a Bears coach and quarterback in my lifetime.
Yeah, well, you are a young whippersnapper over there. This is for sure. But I mean, here, where is it? I want to get to the first touchdown that Caleb threw yesterday and get that on here. So let me try and, okay, There we are. Get that. And
4th and goal for the Bears. Williams, first look out there. Back of the end zone. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Chicago.
Oh my goodness, Omar Spates thought he had a pick, but Caleb Williams was too clever. Barely out of the reach, right over his head, in for the touchdown. That may have been a season ago an interception that now is a touchdown.
And that was courtesy of NBC. And from that, okay, so that was a hell of a pass from Caleb.
No, I have to ask you this. Do you agree with Chris Collinsworth where a year ago that pass would have been an interception?
No. No, I don't. And there were a couple of things from, yesterday's broadcast that I didn't necessarily agree with Chris Collinsworth. And for a long time, quite honestly, I've thought that he's kind of been an idiot in his color commentating and just basically going over through the calls and stuff.
Right.
The one angle, though, that I'll get to that wasn't seen on that particular pass play was the fact that Caleb Williams looked off the linebacker, or as Caleb would say, called it snake eyes.
Right.
I'll get into that a little bit more on the other side of this bottom of the hour break. But you are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, and the one, the only, Andrew Scheid.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by Rain-X.
More than 1.7 million Illinois adults could soon have their nonviolent criminal records sealed automatically. Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed the Clean Slate Act, which streamlines the sealing process without requiring individuals to apply. Supporters say the law removes barriers to jobs and housing while serious violent crimes remain ineligible. Illinois county clerks warn new Postal Service rules could delay mail-in ballots in the 2026 election. Voters are urged to mail ballots at least 1 week before Election Day, as postmark timing may no longer reflect when ballots are sent. Illinois State Police are assisting with the death investigation in Cairo. Authorities say a 48-year-old woman was found deceased inside of a home on Elm Street Saturday. The Crime Scene Investigations Unit and Division of Criminal Investigation were called in to help Cairo police. No additional details have been released, and the investigation remains ongoing.
I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com. And let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, patchy blowing snow with mostly sunny conditions and a high near 4. It feels like 16 with gusty winds up to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, isolated snow showers before 2 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 1. Currently, it is 5 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
My name is Whitney Allen. I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And joining me in studio today, it is Andrew Scheid. Now, Andrew, before we went to break, we were talking about that pass that Caleb Williams set off to DJ Moore in the back of the end zone there. And now I'm having a hard time pulling it up. Oh, there it is. We'll play it one more time and get into a little bit of Chris Collinsworth thoughts.
4th and goal for the Bears. Williams, first looked out there. Back in the end zone. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Chicago.
Oh my goodness, Omar Speights thought he had a pick, but Caleb Williams was too clever. Barely out of the reach, right over his head, in for the touchdown. That may have been a season ago an interception that now is a touchdown.
And once again, that is courtesy of NBC. Now, as I mentioned, because I want to get into a little bit of conversation about that particular play, because one, or actually, let's talk about this from the Chris Collinsworth angle that you had brought up during the break. Why don't you give me your thoughts on that and the audience as well?
Okay, now everyone heard Chris Collinsworth just say that. A year ago, that would have been a pick for Caleb Williams. You and I both agreed on break that would not have been a pick a year ago.
No, I see, and this is the out of town stupid, or the out of town I don't know what, that I've just been experiencing with Chris Collinsworth over all these many years of him doing the Sunday night football games.
Okay.
To where he will say something like that, where you mentioned it's the whole backhanded compliment thing.
Right.
Or he'll just be, he'll also quote what was the offensive lineman that I had mentioned?
Darnell Wright, yeah.
Darnell Wright. So there was a point in also yesterday's broadcast where Chris Collinsworth is talking about how Darnell Wright is the best offensive lineman that the Chicago Bears have.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Somebody explain that to me, please.
Yeah, I don't. I haven't the slightest idea, other than maybe it was a producer in his ear talking about the Bears lineman, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I need to say something, so I'm just going to say Darnell Wright was the best lineman on the team."
Right, he's not even one of the 3 Pro Bowlers going. I think it's Joe Tooney, Jonah Jackson, and there's one other that's escaping my mind that's going for the Bears
That's
too.
on defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. And you're talking about a player like Joe Tooney, who was the right guard for the Bears.
Yeah, it was either like right or left guard. They moved him to yesterday.
Yeah, no, and then he moved him to left tackle yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
Because Ozzie Trapillo got hurt, and they didn't feel comfortable enough with Darnell Wright being the left tackle.
Right, it actually ended up working out well for the Bears in that respect.
It worked out fantastically. Fantastically? Well, if that's not a word, then I'm going to speak it into existence. Yeah, it worked out fantastically. And if you want to get in on this show for Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM, please feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Join us on youtube.com at WRMN Radio as well. You could also follow us on twitter.com/WRMN1410. Yeah, I mean, I just, and some of, I get it. He's been doing this for a very long time, and even still, I don't agree with half of the things that he really says.
Right.
Because it's just it's like that. You're coming in for a game. You're not really paying attention to the team that you're covering, that you are going to be covering for that week, and you're going to have these takes that you fire off. And they're not as bad as, oh my God, who's the bald, loud black guy that's on ESPN?
Oh God, now I know who you're talking about. His name escapes me now.
The hot take artist.
Yeah, I can't think of his name now, but I know who you're thinking of. Yeah.
Okay, well, do me a favor. Yeah. Oh, Stephen A. Smith.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I mean, it's not to the level of Stephen A. Smith quality of like hot takes or just talking out of your ass just to get the clickbait and all of that stuff. Because, I mean, halfway through the season, Stephen A. Smith is saying how bad the Bears are and like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
Right.
I have absolutely, and it's just out of town stupid. You're saying stuff, and well, in Stephen A. Smith's case, he's saying stuff in order to get the clickbaits. He's saying stuff in order to put more money in his pocket. Hey, great. You are loud wrong 3/4 of the time. You think that you're right. I mean, hell, I like to think that I'm right, but no, I can admit when I am wrong. And it's just annoying. And I know there are a lot of other Chicago Bears fans that feel the exact same way in regards to what's his nuts, Chris Collinsworth.
Right, and I think that's why most football fans end up liking their local radio hosts or local radio play-by-play, other than the national guys who come in and cover 1 or 3 games a year.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, why not? And I think you could have heard. Well, I'm not sure if the game was broadcast on these very airwaves, but I mean, Jeff Joniak and Tom Thayer.
Right.
How do you not like those two as a pairing? Because if there were ever a fanboy or fanboys in the radio play-by-play booth, it would be those two guys.
Oh, for sure.
And however, they also give it to you straight. It's not like it's not like I'm listening to a Boston Bruins hockey play-by-play broadcast where anything and everything goes against the Boston Bruins, they're up in arms. No, they could actually give it to you from the Chicago Bears fans' perspective while also calling it right down the center.
Right.
And yeah, that's the thing that I find lacking, or a little bit of a pain in the, or not really a pain in the ass, if you will, but I just don't like, I don't necessarily like the broadcasts, if you will, from a fan perspective, where you have these random booths coming in on a weekly basis.
Right.
But I also don't want to, it's too much of a pain in the butt as well for me. Maybe I'm just being lazy to where to sync it up with the radio call.
Right. I mean, I've always learned, and you have, I'm assuming you have too, that you don't always have to be right with the action on radio, because as far as they know, you're right with the action. They're not looking at it on TV like, we were on NBC last night.
Yeah. But even still, even if Jeff or Tom, and I'm talking like I know these guys personally, and trust me, I don't.
We don't, even though I've met guys who've worked with them personally, and they say they're two of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
And I completely and totally believe that. But even still, if they mess up a call, they're going to say, you know what? Okay, that wasn't this player. It was that player. It was a tip ball. It wasn't a, whatever. But they'll get it right 99.9% of the time. And if they don't get it right, they'll correct themselves.
Right.
As opposed to,
try to make yourself sound like the smart guy when you really just said something out,
Yeah.
Not smart.
And the fan base of that particular team is going, what the hell are you talking about?
You're trying to save your own arses,
Oh, you were waiting to pull that one off, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
And before we send it off to break, I want to bring up this particular play that I'm still going, oh my great googly moogly with this. This was, well, I'll just let it play out.
Command in motion. Williams drifting, sprinting for space, in all kinds of trouble, put it up for grabs in the end zone. Command! He got it! For the touchdown! They've done it again! Unbelievable!
That was probably one of the gutsiest, headiest plays that I don't know what. And by the way, that was also courtesy of NBC, where Caleb Williams drops back, turns his back to the line that is coming to him, trying to pressure him. It is, what is it? It was 4th and 4. With less than a minute to go in the game, and Caleb Williams turns around, runs backwards about, I don't know, felt like 1,000 yards, goes back to the front, turns his body towards the line of scrimmage, off his back foot, throws an absolute dime to Cole Kmet in the bottom left-hand corner of the end zone to pull the game within 1. What a absolute going from sorry, I'm trying to mince and parse words here, but going from, oh my dear God, we are losing this game right now, to oh
we're going to overtime.
Oh, okay, Caleb Williams, yeah, baby.
But I think Sean McVay's reaction and look to that whole play at the end there, they showed his reaction, says it all to that play. I mean, I remember sitting next to my dad, we're sitting there watching the game, And it doesn't take much to make my dad. It takes a lot to make my dad speechless when it comes to football because, you know, he's in his late 50s. He's seen a lot, but that made my dad speechless. I've never seen my dad just sit and stare at a TV like that. But that's what they've been able to do to this fan base all year long.
Yeah, you talk about the Michael Jordan throw from last week. I
never thought he'd be able to follow one up like that.
And then you have you know what? I'm just going to turn my back to the defensive line who's chasing me down. That seemingly just went right through the Bears' offensive line, got within maybe a step or maybe a step and a half of just knocking him on his butt and ending the game at that particular moment in time, to pulling the game to within one with 18 seconds left. And that was pretty much my response to it yesterday, other than letting out a blood-curdling, scream.
Right.
To where, holy Smurf, he did it again. We are winning this mother-fracking game. And, yeah. And then to have it end the way that it did.
Right. And I think at the end, you were hoping for the kick just to go wide a little bit to give you another possession, but unfortunately that didn't happen.
I swear it squeaked in. I swear
it did. It literally squeaked in an inch, 2 inches the other way,
Yeah. But, and any hootie, you are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. I'm Derrick Geyer. He's Andrew Scheid. We'll be back in a bit.
Get ready for an unforgettable night out in downtown St. Charles at O-Shows, where live music, dining, and entertainment come alive. Visit the iconic Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street and experience the venue voted Chicagoland's premier entertainment destination. Whether you're enjoying a headliner concert, dining at Rock and Ravioli, or hitting the speakeasy at Club Arcada, O-Shows creates memories. Tickets and event info at oshows.com, and you can call 630-962-7000. That's 630-962-7000. Make your reservation, bring your friends, and plan your next event at O-Shows. Live music, dining, and entertainment, all in one place. Visit oshows.com and join the fun tonight. Supporter of the America's First Responder Fest.
Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Clutter happens, but junk doesn't have to weigh you down. At the Junk Luggers, we're your full-service junk removal and hauling pros, tackling everything from single-item pickups to major cleanouts. We handle the heavy lifting, and with our commitment to the green way, we rehome and recycle to keep your unwanted items out of landfills. So, whether you're clearing out the garage, downsizing, or saying goodbye to old furniture, we make the process eco-friendly and easy. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today. Let's save your space and the planet together.
Here on WRMN AM 1410, we like to keep you informed and in tune to what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here on WRMN. We recognize the importance of local radio to be a part of the conversation and to be a part of the community for the community.
We talked about the importance of community theater, but supporting community radio is a big deal too. And, for WRMN, this is a really cool thing that you guys do every day, and a really important thing. You have to have a local media outlet to talk about what's going on in your town. So you guys do a nice job.
Tune in to AM 1410, WRMN. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/WRMN Radio. Keep in tune and informed on what's happening here in the Fox River Valley, right here on WRMN.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer and Andrew Scheid, as the Chicago Bears talk continues, even though the season comes to an end. Wah, wah.
You know, I will say this, Derek. Even though the season has come to an end, Bears fans should still be happy with how you had a winning season. You had a winning season. Be happy for that.
Oh.
I know I am. I'm thrilled at how the season went.
Well, okay, so let's take it on that level. What are some of the positives and what are some of the things that you are happy about being a Chicago Bears fan, being on radio? So expound on that.
I could say this. I always, the past few years, have seen this team, they'll get down late, and then that'll be it. They won't try to fight back. They'll just say, we're done, we'll start over again next week, and that's that. This team will not stop fighting till that clock hits 3 zeros. And that's what I love about this team. That's probably the best thing I love about this team is they don't stop fighting.
Hard to argue that, considering that last year, and I mean, really hell, the last few years under Matt Eberflus, you know, and then, or I'm sorry, was it Matt Eberflus?
It was Matt Nagy and Matt Eberflus. We had
two Matts.
Yep, we have the
two Matts don't make a right. And yeah, Matt Nagy, who had that first breakout year and then put up absolutely atrocious years after that. And then Matt Eberflus and his perfectly coiffed hair, his beekeeping. Hey, good for. But, and then this year with the new coaching staff, the Ben Johnson, and I think 4 or 5 former head coaches that were on the coaching staff, and the fact that the Chicago Bears came from behind 6 times in the regular season, did it once again to snatch the soul out of the Green Bay Woodpeckers, the Green Bay Fudge Packers, the Green Bay Cheese Turds. Anytime I could, get that threesome in there, I'm going to do it. And so it's that new dichotomy. It's we are never out of it. We have, and I really hate this name, even though it seems like it's going to stick. Iceman, Caleb Williams.
I'm not the biggest fan of that, and I get, why they gave it to him.
He's got ice in his veins. He
doesn't let doesn't let the adversity get to him, which I get, but it's probably not the best nickname you could have given to him.
Yeah, well, that like I said, I don't, especially after this season, I don't think that's going to go anywhere anytime soon. But yeah, and it is just really nice to not worry about, one, who our franchise quarterback is going forward.
Right. And that's always been that question mark. We've always seemed to plug a guy in there for 2 or 3 years. Then he starts to show how not good he is. Then we start the process over again. But I think we finally got that piece, that puzzle piece in there.
And then 2, it actually seems like there is the competent head coach in Ben Johnson, to where even after the first couple of seasons under Matt Nagy, or Matt Eberflus, we were like, or I as a fan, I don't know how you were, I'm not going to speak for you, but I'm just going to say for myself, we're like, are these guys the real deal?
Right.
Because I know after that double doink,
I mean, that's how I felt too. I was like, are these guys really the answer for Chicago? I felt like we needed a guy that has a little more fire in his belly, and I think we found that in Ben Johnson.
Oh, definitely. When you go into a post-game scrum or whatever with your teammates in the locker room and you just basically come out and say, F the Packers, I'm here for it. And I do not give two Smurfs whether or not the rest of the NFL is on that bandwagon or not, or whether or not they like him or not, or if that's going over the line. I just don't give a damn.
I don't either. If you think that's going over the line, you don't know the Bears-Packers rivalry.
Yeah. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 5 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Rain-X.
More than 1.7 million Illinois adults could soon have their nonviolent criminal records sealed automatically. Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed the Clean Slate Act, which streamlines the sealing process without requiring individuals to apply. Supporters say the law removes barriers to jobs and housing while serious violent crimes remain ineligible. Illinois county clerks for new postal service rules could delay mail-in ballots in the 2026 election. Voters are urged to mail ballots at least 1 week before Election Day, as postmark timing may no longer reflect when ballots are sent. Illinois State Police are assisting with the death investigation in Cairo. Authorities say a 48-year-old woman was found deceased inside of a home on Elm Street Saturday. The Crime Scene Investigations Unit and Division of Criminal Investigation were called in to help Cairo police. No additional details have been released and the investigation remains ongoing.
I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline. So I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Rain-X.
Illinois county clerks for new postal service rules could delay mail-in ballots in the 2026 election. Voters are urged to mail ballots at least 1 week before Election Day, as postmark timing may no longer reflect when ballots are sent. Illinois State Police are assisting with the death investigation in Cairo. Authorities say a 48-year-old woman was found deceased inside of a home on Elm Street Saturday. The Crime Scene Investigations Unit and Division of Criminal Investigation were called in to help Cairo police. No additional details have been released and the investigation remains ongoing. More than 1.7 million Illinois adults could soon have their nonviolent criminal records sealed automatically. Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed the Clean Slate Act, which streamlines the sealing process without requiring individuals to apply. Supporters say the law removes barriers to jobs and housing while serious violent crimes remain ineligible.
I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's Renter's Insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home when you're in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurance.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, patchy blowing snow with mostly sunny conditions and a high near 4. It feels like 16 with gusty winds up to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, isolated snow showers before 2 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 1. Currently, it is 5 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
My name is Whitney Allen. I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ETHOS.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN. National news at the top of every hour and local news and weather at the bottom. Find more information about programming and current events at WRMN1410.com. News, weather, and entertainment across the Fox River Valley here on WRMN 1410 AM, the Talk of the Town.
The new novel, titled DUI Jury Trial, is the true story of two lawyers who defend a truck driver who is charged with DUI. If he's convicted, this truck driver faces a lifetime disqualification of his commercial driver's license, which would prevent him from ever driving a truck again. This 3-year legal battle culminates in a courtroom showdown, which involves the testimony of a DUI expert witness. This book, DUI Jury Trial, is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big time sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410 AM. And joining me in studio today, it is none other than Andrew Scheid.
What's going on, Derrick? How are we doing today?
Oh, we are doing, well, I'm doing okay. I can't say that I'm very happy, you know, with the result of the Chicago Bears game, because I still feel that there's, well, game's over, game's done with, season's over, season's done with. Great season for the Chicago Bears, but I'm still
like everyone, we're
a little
to be
wanting.
Yeah, you want that one more game.
Yeah.
And I hate to play devil's advocate, but even if we won last night, which we were really close, and I'll say it, Seattle was going to be tough and tougher than the Rams. So, and I watched that Seattle game that they wanted to be able to move on. That defense is tough in Seattle.
Yeah, they certainly put an ass whooping on the San Francisco 49ers yesterday. That is, or on Saturday. That is for certain. But before we get on to the next segment of By the Numbers with Andrew Scheid asking me the questions and the numbers, and from what is it, Jeff Mayer?
Larry Mayer.
Larry Mayer, beat writer for the Chicago Bears. Get your phone call or get your sports take off. Call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. You could see our lovely smiling faces, not so much, on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. That's youtube.com at WRMN Radio. And don't forget, tune into the WRMN Morning Show tomorrow with Susie C. and Elliot the L Train Serrano. Go to the WRMN Facebook page and check out Susie Q of the day for Tuesday 120, which is, what's something younger you worried about, but as an adult realized didn't matter? Yeah, I still don't have an answer for that. But anyway, going on to the segment at hand, it is By the Numbers.
Yeah, here we go. By the Numbers by Larry Mayer, senior writer for the Chicago Bears. Short list today, but the first number is 20.
The first number is 20. 20. What is 2 dimes? No. Okay. I don't know. Maybe like the number of first downs that the Chicago Bears got yesterday? The number of, I don't know.
Points allowed by the Bears, the fewest the Rams have scored in their last 13 games. Los Angeles led the NFL with 30.5 points per game this season.
Yeah, I should have figured that one out.
So, I mean, that's a really good accomplishment in yourself. When you can hold the top scoring team in the NFL to 20 points when they were averaging 30.5 a game, that's a good accomplishment.
Yeah, that and it's also a reason why it's also bittersweet, because that right there, that stat alone right there, kick the field goals, go for the, I mean, 3 of 6 or 4 of 8 or whatever it was yesterday on 4th down conversions. Oh.
And we don't know. Maybe that's something Ben Johnson learned last night moving forward.
Maybe I'm just looking at it from, well, my own weird perspective, because, I mean, wait, what's that saying? You always win 100% of the games that you score more than the other team?
Yeah. Well.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
kind of goes without saying, right? Okay. Yeah. Moving on. What's the next one?
This one is actually one I'm surprised we haven't talked about before earlier in the show, but 193.
Total yardage that the Chicago Bears got yesterday? Okay, the total amount of offense that the Los Angeles Rams put up yesterday?
For the last time, no.
You're enjoying that no button way too much over there. 193. Okay, give it to me.
Receiving yards by Colston Loveland in 2 playoff games, the most by an NFL rookie tight end in a single postseason. At least 1960, the first round pick had 5 receptions for 56 yards before exiting Sunday night's game with a concussion after catching 8 passes for 137 yards in last week's wild card win over the Packers.
What do you
So in the two postseason games, he has 193 yards, which is the most by any rookie tight end.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, that is quite. I mean, and he should have had more.
Yeah,
he should have had more because the dreaded drops, which we'll get into, some point in this time today here on Big Top Sports. Oh yeah, there was a whole lot of droppage yesterday, which really sucked too.
There was, and like I said, we'll get into it. But next number here, 4.
4. The number that DeAndre Swift wears. No, he wears number 4.
He does wear number 4, but it's not the answer for this question.
Oh, geez, you want to be a stickler like that, huh? The number 4. I have absolutely no idea.
4 sacks by the Bears defense, the most by the
yeah.
team in a postseason game since December 31st, 1988, when they also had 4 in a 2012 win over the Eagles at Soldier Field in the Fog Bowl.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I'm surprised it was only 4 sacks in the Fog Bowl, considering the refs couldn't see anything going on.
Well, and that's probably why they only got 4. But I mean, at the same time, you're talking about Dennis Allen dialing up the blitzes and everything yesterday. Jaquan Brisker, I know, got 1. There are a couple other, or there might have been another cornerback that got 1 because it was not all with the defensive line. That is for certain.
Right. Next one here, 23.
23.
This one's a little different, though. It's not one of those obvious out there.
Well, hell, nothing seemed to be very obvious with this going on. The number 23, the number that Ryan Sandberg wore.
You would be right, but not for this question.
Oh, okay. The number 23. I'm just going to go back to the number of first downs that the Chicago Bears managed to get in yesterday's game.
Nope.
The number of first downs that they held the Los Angeles Rams to. Oh, you and that damn button. Okay, give it to me. The number that Michael Jordan won.
You would be right, but not for this question. 23 postseason starts by Joe Thuney. The second most by an offensive lineman in the NFL history, behind Hall of Famer Gene Upshaw's 24.
Yeah, and if the Bears continue to play the way that they've been playing this past season, and Joe Thuney, I know he's signed for another couple of years, he should easily eclipse that, but nothing is written in stone. What's the next one?
97.
97. The total. Wait, I feel like I've said this on today's show.
No, I could tell you this much. We have not talked about this on today's show. We have
not talked about this. The total amount of rushing yards that the Bears allowed in yesterday's game. The total yardage or passing reception yardage that was allowed by the defense yesterday. 90. What is 3 shy of a century?
You would be right, but not for this question.
Oh, well, okay.
97 punt return yards by Devin Duvernay in 2 playoff games, the most in a single postseason in Bears history. Duvernay's 64 yards against the Packers and 33 yards versus the Rams are the 2 most prolific punt return games in a Bears play by a Bears player in the playoffs. Devin Hester has 30 yards on January 16th in 2011 in a 35-24 win over the Seahawks at Soldier Field are the 3rd most.
Well, I don't know. It almost seems like Larry forgot to add the whole Devin Hester kickoff return in the 2006 Super Bowl.
I was gonna say, did he have like a 95? What was that?
Yeah,
95 yard.
It was a 90-plus, kickoff return for a touchdown to start the Super Bowl.
And that would be considered the postseason. Am I right or am I wrong?
The Super Bowl, yeah, I would think so. So I think Larry dropped the ball on that one. Sorry to be calling you out, Larry, because we've enjoyed, or I've enjoyed, the by the numbers here that you've put out on a weekly basis after every Bears victory and or loss. Today not excluded. We got anything else?
3 more.
3 more. Thought you said we had 5.
They were a little. They were 8. I missed one when I counted.
Well, you need to kick off your shoes and everything. Use your fingers. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what's the next one?
618. 618.
600. The total amount of offense put up yesterday.
You're in the ballpark.
The total amount of offense that the Bears have allowed in this postseason. I'm going to take that button. You gave
it to me.
I am regretting giving you the button. 618. Okay, hit me with it.
Passing yards by Caleb Williams in 2 playoff games, the second most by a Bears quarterback in a single postseason, behind Jim McMahon's 636 in 1985.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay, next one.
8.
The number 8.
Which I didn't even know this because I wasn't keeping track of this particular stat last night.
Well, hell, if you didn't know it, then how am I supposed to know it? The number 8. And I'm not even, obviously I'm not cheating because I haven't gotten one right. The number that comes after 6-7, 6-7.
I still don't understand that.
Yeah, I have no clue. It's just telling me, how old and how dumb I am right now. But go on. The number 8.
Punts by the Rams. Ethan Evans, his most in a game this season. 4 of them came following three 3-and-outs forced by the Bears defense. Which, yeah, there were a lot of punts yesterday. There are a lot of 3-and-outs.
Yet another reason why the Chicago Bears probably should have ended up winning yesterday's fracking game. Okay, what's next? Last one.
14. We were actually talking about this guy earlier in the show.
14. I don't know.
14 tackles by Bears safety Jaquan Brisker, tied for the most by any NFL player this postseason. He also recorded a sack and broke up 2 passes.
Yeah, that, like I said, he had one hell of an outstanding game yesterday. And
shout out to the secondary out there.
Oh, we were wondering, and by we, I mean I, and by we, I mean the Chicago Bears fans and all the pundits and everything were wondering whether or not the Bears defense would come to play yesterday, and they did not disappoint. I mean, it was disappointing at some points in the game, lack of tackling on the running back of the Los Angeles Rams, but at the same time, when you hold Nakua and Adams for under, 90 yards in total reception yardage, you expect to come out on the other side of that game. And on the other side of this commercial break, we're going to be talking about some red asses. And by red asses, I mean people responding to Ben Johnson last week, not this past week, or not this past unfortunate loss to the Los Angeles Rams, but I want to talk about Frack the Packers. He's Andrew Scheid. I'm Derrick Geyer. This is Big Top Sports. You're listening to WRMN 1410 AM, and we will be back in a moment or 3.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. That's 800-257-3148.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
WRMN's Fantasy Football Blitz, live Saturday mornings from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Live on YouTube/WRMN. Get the hard-hitting facts and statistics to help ignite your team into the fantasy playoffs. Don't set your roster until you listen to the experts on WRMN's Fantasy Football Blitz.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer and Andrew Scheid. And if you want to be a part of this Bears conversation here on Big Top Sports, feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. And speaking of which, we are going to go to Frank, who is calling in right now. I'm sure he's got some takes on last night's Bears loss. How you doing, Frank?
Oh, I'm doing great, Derek. Yes, I do. Some things you guys missed that need to be covered.
Oh, well,
Okay.
enlighten us, almighty wise one here, Frank.
I will enlighten you. Okay? Our head coach did some bad play calling in the second half. If you looked, Caleb Williams did a lot of scrambling, which he shouldn't have. He should have turned around. He should do some check downs, and he didn't do those check downs. He was keying on one or two receivers, which the Rams finally got a hold of, and they just watching Caleb eyes.
Well, are you?
No.
Well, okay, Frank. Hold on a second. But are you attributing that to Ben Johnson, or are you attributing that to Caleb Williams?
Both, because he could have turned around and Ben Johnson could have said, okay, you don't see anything right away. A, scramble, go for a trying run and get a first down, which he's done so many times. B, use a check down, leave your tight ends 2 or 3 yards closer to you so you can check down and throw it to them.
Okay, well, in that regards, Ben Johnson's calling the play. Caleb Williams is in charge of running the play. Ben Johnson cannot be out there in Caleb's ear, saying, "Hey, look at that! Oh, we've got Komet on the flat or the slant or whatever." Instead of going for on that fourth down play to where DJ Moore, I don't know what the hell happened with that, because
to be honest, it's first of all, it was a 2nd and 8 play.
Okay.
That he threw that. Why did he throw it on the 2nd and 8 play where he could have turned around and ran the ball, scrambled and run, or get handed out to Swift or somebody, or done a 2 or 3 yard check down play to inch close. All she had to do was worry about getting into field goal range. You're not going for the long to get scored a touchdown. It was the next score possible that wins. So you all had a man to do. You had a kicker in Santos who was a good kicker. All he had to do was just get it into field goal range. I'm not shooting for the home run ball here. I just want to move the ball, eat some of that clock, and just get it in field goal range and then put it in.
Well, I do appreciate you calling in, Frank, and I will speak on that right now. Just for the simple fact that if it's been a pattern with Caleb Williams throughout his entire, well, at least this season, I should say, not his the entirety of his time here with Chicago, he goes for the home run ball. That's what Caleb Williams does. He doesn't want the simple, easy check down. So that's why he went for it. But you are currently listening to WRMN 1410 AM Big Top Sports. Back in a bit.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Rain-X.
Illinois State Police are assisting with the death investigation in Cairo. Authorities say a 48-year-old woman was found deceased inside of a home on Elm Street Saturday. The Crime Scene Investigations Unit and Division of Criminal Investigation were called in to help Cairo police. No additional details have been released and the investigation remains ongoing. More than 1.7 million Illinois adults could soon have their nonviolent criminal records sealed automatically. Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed the Clean Slate Act, which streamlines the sealing process without requiring individuals to apply. Supporters say the law removes barriers to jobs and housing while serious violent crimes remain ineligible. Illinois county clerks warn new Postal Service rules could delay mail-in ballots in the 2026 election. Voters are urged to mail ballots at least 1 week before Election Day, as postmark timing may no longer reflect when ballots are sent.
I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Progressive's accident response can detect and send help when you need it most, after a major car accident. But other accidents, you're on your own. Like when you accidentally call your wife Mom. When you accidentally say Happy Holidays on someone's birthday. When you accidentally wave at someone you thought was waving at you. We can't help with those accidents, but Progressive's accident response provides peace of mind after major car accidents. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
When tragedy strikes, you need more than a lawyer, you need a voice. Romanucci and Blandon fight for justice in cases of personal injury, wrongful death, civil rights, and medical malpractice. With over $1 billion recovered, their results speak loud. Call 312-458-1000 or visit rblaw.net. That's 312-458-1000. Romanucci and Blandon, national impact, personalized care. No fee unless they win. Proud supporter of America's First Responders Fest.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Progressive. Tonight, isolated snow showers before 2 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 1. Currently, it is 4 degrees with clear skies. Looking ahead to ML King Jr. Day, patchy blowing snow and mostly sunny with a high near 4. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 20, temperatures falling to around 18 in the afternoon. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. People say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So, looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And joining me in studio today, it is the one, the only, Andrew Scheid.
What's going on, Derek? What's going on, Chicagoland? Always happy to be here with you on Mondays.
Yeah, I know that look on your face that you had, and I'm sorry I did not put that up there on the screen. You know, Andrew's like, what the hell are you doing? You know, I have absolutely no idea what this idiot over here to my right is doing. Well, for those of you that have the benefit of watching us on the tube of views at WRMN Radio, you could see, you know, the facial expressions that Andrew had or has. And feel free to call in at 847-931-1410, 847-931-1410. Before we get into that red-ass segment that was preempted by Frank's phone call, and I just want to kind of, it's like, I mean, it's, why do coaches get fired? Because their teams lose, right?
Right.
Or why, more importantly, why do like batting coaches or pitching coaches get fired?
Because that part of the team was not performing, and the buck has to stop somewhere, and it's always with the coaches.
Right. So I liken that to kind of what Frank had brought up, just for the simple fact that, well, he's not out there holding Caleb Williams' hand.
Right.
Yeah. So, and if there's anything that we've seen throughout this season, it's Caleb Williams does not want to go for the dink and dunk pass, even though he probably should have,
right,
with the game being the way that the game was playing out. Yes, I do understand. Run the ball up the center, run the ball off the tackles or whatever. They were doing pretty good. until they weren't. And then they needed to come up with something else that needed to work. And yeah, the tight end was open, or the running back was open. I can't remember which one it was, but, just trying to block that out. And so I get where Frank was coming from.
Right.
But at the same time, to put that on the coach,
that's not really where you want to put it. And I will say this. That's just the type of quarterback Caleb Williams is.
Right now.
And I'm not saying it's not going to change as things get older.
I hope he changes.
I do too. But let's not negate the fact of what he has pulled off this year. And I feel like people are going to look at last night's performance and just look at that. Oh my God, we lost in the division round, and it's in such a horrible way or whatever. Did you not forget it? Did you forget about the 11 regular season wins and the one playoff win you did get?
Yeah, the 6 come from behind last-second victories for the Chicago Bears during the regular season. The 1 come from behind victory in overtime against the Green Bay Woodpeckers, Fudge Packers, Green
Warehouse
Bay Cheese
workers is what I like.
whatever. But yeah, I mean, so there's a little bit of that going on in there as well. But I mean, second season under Ben Johnson.
Second season as a pro.
I'm sorry, not second season under Ben Johnson. Second season as a pro. You are correct on that one, Andrew. And first under Ben Johnson, and the amount of growth that Caleb has shown on this season has been substantial.
Right.
So much so that I'm saying, and I wasn't so sure of this at the very beginning of the season, I was hopeful, but yes, he is the Bears franchise quarterback going forward.
Oh, without a doubt. And I've heard people early on in the year when we had the first 2 losses, start off the year and all that, put in Tyson Bagent. He has more years. He has more experience. And just because you have more years under your belt doesn't mean you're the better quarterback.
Yeah, this is true.
I hate to say it. It doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't. And if Tyson Bagent was actually the caliber of quarterback that Caleb Williams is, then he would be starting. But he's not. He was a D3 recruit. He got through to his second contract, actual payday, as far as an undrafted free agent. So congratulations, good on him for that.
Right.
To be that likable in the locker room.
He has had some starts, and he's done good with those starts. And I'm not saying Tyson Bagent isn't a good quarterback, because he is.
Yeah.
He is a good backup quarterback to have for any team.
And he will be, well, I don't know, because I think if you were to be looking at quarterbacks to possibly trade along with DJ Moore, it's going to be Tyson Bagent, because I think and I'm speaking for myself as a Chicago Bears fan, well, let's get that Max Crosby out from Las Vegas, or let's get TJ Watt from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and those that don't know, DJ Moore is on it the last year, 1 more year left on his contract.
Right. So I mean, we'll do a little bit of a salary swap. I mean, that's how I would be looking at it and adjusting it. But I want to switch gears a little bit. I want to get into something that I did not talk about last week, and I figure since you're here, you brought it up, and I really and wholeheartedly concur. So why don't you lead us into it, Andrew?
Okay. Last week, we ended the Packers season. God, I still love saying that. But anyway.
Yep.
And the next day, we all know in the locker room, those who have not seen the post-game locker room speech, I don't know where you're living, but you need to see it. But anyway, Ben Johnson literally went and said, F the Packers, frack the Packers, all this. Next day, all over national radio and all that, Ben Johnson shouldn't be doing this. It's unsportsmanlike and all this. And, that's not what a head coach should be doing. Maybe it was okay 30 years ago when you didn't have 5 cameras in the locker room post-game. To me, it doesn't matter. You don't know the Bears-Packers rivalry. We hate each other. We hate each other. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. And there nothing wrong in my eyes. Ben Johnson saying that. To me, that brings the rivalry back to something it hasn't been in a long time.
Oh, without a doubt.
And I don't know your thoughts on it, Derek. You know, these national radio people saying that's unsportsmanlike. As a head coach, you shouldn't be doing this. And, I don't know how you feel.
Oh, see, and here's the thing. If you go into any locker room after any game, win and or loss, there are going to be players, there are going to be coaches that are dropping F-bombs and colorful language, and it's as simple as that. You're talking, I mean, after that first victory over the Green Bay Packers this season, it was the second one, the overtime one, the one where Caleb Williams dropped that dime to DJ Moore, and he just laid there in the end zone.
Yep.
Got the press conference, or he was interviewed after that, and he was like, dropped a Smurf on national television. He also, somewhere in there, he was like, frack the Packers, or we got this fracking stuff done.
Right.
So,
and
it's the emotion and everything that goes in on it.
And people add, all that handshake with Matt LaFleur at the end of the game, that wasn't nice. I'm like, did George Halas and Curly Lambeau or Vince Lombardi ever shake hands at the end of a game? Like,
I'm sure that they did, but I mean,
they never liked each other. I mean, Vince Lombardi used to change his players' numbers in practice just to try to confuse the Bears before a game. These teams have never liked each other.
And there's, see, to me, this is just out of town stupid, or just stupid in general. And I'm not talking about STOOPID stupid that I would normally call myself. This is sports. This is good for the NFL. This is good for ratings. This is, I mean, you're talking about finally two teams that absolutely can't stand one another. The oldest rivalry. I mean, if I see that again on the promos and we will see it, make no mistake about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This is the oldest rivalry in the NFL. The Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears. Over a century of hate and disdain. I mean, it's almost got the sound of like a WWE promo.
I mean, but it's 100% true.
And while I just don't care what the outside world is saying about this. Oh, this is unsportsmanlike. This is, well, I mean, technically speaking, I mean, they did do the post-game handshake.
Right.
Albeit it was like probably just like a little slap and tickle on the way going to the locker room.
Right.
I mean, if you really want to talk about like unsportsmanlike, it would be that meme that popped up out of nowhere where Ben Johnson's kicking that absolute Smurf out of.
That.
Oh, that's
but I
beautiful.
saw that like
the
10
roundhouse
times over.
Yeah, the roundhouse kick that Ben Johnson's giving Matt LaFleur and then punching, his assistant coach or something in the face and then, doing the muscle pose and everything.
Right.
Beautiful. Absolutely. AI gold.
I have to ask this. Do you think that if that game went the other way, Matt LaFleur would be in the opposing locker room going, F the Bears, frack the Bears? It probably would have gone the same way.
Honestly, I haven't the slightest idea. Because I don't care about the Packers. You know what I do care about? I care about the Chicago Bears beating the Packers.
Right.
That's what I care about.
Right.
And for so long, hell, maybe he is going after the game. Oh, hey guys, ha 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 ha. We really put the screws to him and all of that. But I also think that it is the Bears upper management that are getting in on this as well.
Right.
Because, well, it's the first time in a long time where they can say that they've actually beaten the Green Bay Woodpeckers, the Green Bay Fudge Packers, the Green Bay Cheese Turds twice in 3 games in a season and sending packing and sending them packing at the end of the season.
Right. Now I'm going to pose a question to you, Derek. For the longest time, it's always been, Green Bay's had the better quarterback, has had the better team.
Mm-hmm.
As we stand today, who has the better team? Because both seasons are over right now, but who has the better team going forward in this rivalry?
Well, that remains to be seen. I would like to say that the Chicago Bears have the better team. I would like to. I am of the opinion that, well, let's see what happens in the offseason now. Right. We already know who had the better season this year, and it was the Chicago Bears over the Green Bay Packers.
Right.
No ifs, ands, or buts about that. They got to play an extra week. Green Bay was sitting watching on a beach in like Cancun or Hawaii or wherever their travel plans were.
It was funny because I saw a post the NFL shared that the Green Bay Packers posted a bunch of pictures of their players just packing up their lockers.
Oh, that's funny.
And I'm like, oh, the warmth that brought to my heart.
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers packing up their season. Well, yeah. A little bit more on Big Top Sports. Going to send it off to break. We will be back in a few. You are listening to WRMN 1410 AM.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous landscape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Hi, this is Sherry Aschenbrenner, Vice President of Dementia Friendly Elgin Area. Everyone knows somebody living with dementia. Caregivers and friends of those with dementia are always welcome at our Elgin Area Memory Cafe, always the second Tuesday of every month at 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the South Elgin Public Works Building, 1000 Bowes Road in South Elgin. Also, Dementia Friendly Elgin Area gives free 20-minute dementia awareness trainings to local businesses, church groups, to bunco groups. Just invite us. If you'd like to get put on Sherry's senior email blast list, please email us at dfelist@gmail.com. Also, you can go and visit our website at dementiafriendlyelginarea.org.
Tune in to Sherry's Senior Moments radio show on the second Thursday of each month at 9:05 a.m. until 10 a.m. on WRMN AM 1410, WRMN Radio app, or WRMN Radio on YouTube. That's Sherry's Senior Moments, providing resources and information for our seniors in the community.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, and one Mr. Andrew Scheid. And don't forget, tomorrow, go to that WRMN Facebook page with Susie C's question of the day for Tuesday. It is, what's something What's something younger you worried about, but as an adult realized didn't matter? Go to the WRMN Facebook page, get your take off on there, or just tune in tomorrow and call in and let them know. So me and Andrew are talking about whether or not the red asses or I don't even know, as far as, saying F the Packers or frack the Packers or listen, my take is that it's going to be a boon for the NFL. These are two of your oldest franchises in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. There is nothing better than rivalry football, anything in sports.
No, and I think we see that every year with the White Sox Cubs, the Crosstown Series.
Yeah.
And how just these teams don't like each other. The fans don't like each other.
Well, definitely the fans, there's a little of animosity there between the Chicago White Sox fans and the Chicago Cubs fans for certain. I don't know if it's of the same rivalry as it would be for, like, let's say the White Sox and the Cleveland Guardians or the Minnesota Twins or the Kansas City Royals, or did I miss a Central team?
Let's see, Royals, Twins, Detroit Tigers.
Tigers, that's it. That's the one that I was missing. There. So I don't know, if there's the big rivalry and if you could really call it a rivalry like the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears, just for the simple fact that now all of a sudden, hey, Green Bay, Chicago Bears are here.
Yeah, the Monsters of the Midway are back. And I know we call ourselves that every year, but now I can officially say the Monsters of the Midway are back. I mean, this team is back in a way it has not been before in a long time.
I hope it's back. I hope it's not just a flash in the pan. And
like that one season Matt Nagy had in 2019.
Exactly. And so because you're talking about, I mean, already on T-shirts and stuff, last week, middle of the week, or maybe it was even Tuesday, after Ben Johnson was, F the Packers, Green Bay fans come out with a T-shirt that said F Ben Johnson.
Right. And I saw it was like, okay, they're going to be like, you're going to say that about us. We're going to take a shot back at you.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's just the level of pettiness that it is. And I'm here for it. I did not like when Aaron Johnson said, hey, lady, I still effing own you. After he totally kicked the hell out of the Chicago Bears and scored one of his 1,000 touchdowns or whatever on him.
And he even did that this year when he came back to Soldier Field as a Steeler, looking across. So you didn't even play the game, but you're standing on the sidelines and you're looking across the field. You're going, I own you. Under your breath, you're going, I own you.
Yeah,
I own you.
And giving the finger to Chicago Bears media and fans and all of that stuff. So, I mean, just where was your outrage for that?
Right.
Oh, well, it was just Aaron Rodgers. He was, good-natured. He was there in Green Bay, and, he still knows that and feels that. And well, you're being a little hypocritical here.
Right.
And if you're going to go in that direction and that hard on Ben Johnson, because make no mistake about it, if it bleeds, it leads. And this is the equivalent of blood in the water, sports-wise, for all of the sports shows, all of the sports pundits, for all of the sports media that's out there. Oh, he said this, he did that. Just like, listen, we had to take it for so long. Aaron Rodgers said they owned us. I'm pretty sure that there was like another, couple of things that happened, but that's the one that's, sticks out in my head. Excuse me. And just for the simple fact, and this is the rivalry. It just boggles my mind, because don't you guys get that feeling, or don't, isn't there that feeling when the Philadelphia Eagles take on the Dallas Cowboys, or the Cowboys take on the Redskins, or the Chiefs take on the Raiders, or the Broncos or whatever, because in every single, well, almost in every single division in the NFL, there's the rivalry there.
Right.
So don't tell me that the Packers players and the Packers coaches aren't saying, F the Bears.
Right.
In the beginning of the game, or we're going to kick their effing ass. Just don't tell me that they're not saying that, because I know damn well they are.
Right. Right. I'm right there with you, Derek. I mean, this is one of the best rivalries in sports. And with the coaches we have at the helm now, it's just going to get better moving forward in my eyes.
And thank you for tuning in today on today's episode of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. He's Andrew Scheid. And don't forget to tune in to tomorrow's morning show, WRMN Morning Show with Susie C. and Elliot, the L Train Serrano. Go to the WRMN Facebook page and check out Susie C's question of the day. Hey, bundle up. It's cold. Have a great night.
Welcome to downtown Elgin, where businesses, community, and creativity come together. The Downtown Neighborhood Association provides valuable, complimentary services to all downtown businesses, organizations, property owners, and residents, helping you gain exposure and thrive. Whether you're already part of the district or exploring a new downtown location, DNA is here to help your vision grow. Join us in creating a vibrant